Hello. Are we? Let's see. Try to get the microphone a little closer here, but not quite in the front. And we are live. Okay. Talking to nobody, but it's all good. There we are. We got some folks. How's everybody doing tonight? Just honestly kicking back and figured why not? We could. I don't really schedule these things, so I don't. Yeah, probably. That may be a pretty decent idea to have like a schedule. Hey, Jake, a scheduled like live once a week. What do you think? New Year's. I'm an old guy, so I slept. I think I went to bed around 8 o'clock, which is late for me. And I had to work New Year's Eve, had to work New Year's Day. So I hear folks. Okay, yeah. It appears Baby Jace I hear outside. Of course, he's 8 now, so he's not exactly a baby, but yeah. Outside the wall, that's how loud he is. But yeah, New Year's was good. Christmas was good. I have been back on the building a deck, releasing a deck a day. I do have something different. I have something different coming up on. Got my notes here. What is it? The 14th. Something I've never done before. So we're going to see what y'all think about it. Hello, Pawns to Prizes. I like that name. So, yeah, I've had my inspiration for doing this tonight, this A.M.A, was we've got several new subscribers to the channel and a lot of questions. And I love to answer questions. And it's easier and kind of quicker this way. Posting them and waiting on me, and that way you can get an instant response. Might be a recurring question. Do you play your decks? Yes, I do play. Play with them. Actually, last Friday here, when everybody played decks from the wall. Sometimes we will randomly roll. Like, all right, see if we can't get it. There are 6 blocks here, right? 6 blocks that are full. I don't really count a block until I get it filled. So there are 6. So you roll a d6, and that tells you which block you're in. And then you roll a d10, and that gives you the column within that block. And then you roll another d10, and it tells you how far up you go to which deck you get. So and granted, now there's a lot of times that I want to play, Azusa, or I want to play whatever. Give me something green-black, or, but there are some of them that I haven't played. I mean, just especially at the rate that I build versus the rate that I play. I may play 3 games a week. And if I'm building 7, somebody's playing them. But you can always tell the decks that don't get played when you sit down and you're like, oh, there's 37 lands, and then there's everything else. That's from where I showed y'all. Can't stay to watch right now. I just wanted to quickly pop in and say I love you. Thank you so much. I guess the upside of that is that I do just have so many videos. I mean, there's 640 different decks now. So there's a good chunk of if you've got it, I've probably got it on the channel. If I don't have it yet, I will, because I'm building them all. Most expensive deck. To date, it is number 500. Just because number 500 is Angus McKenzie, and just the commander alone is ridiculous. It will, and there's a lot of older cards in 500 and some, but I am eclipsing that. The most expensive deck that there will be up on that wall is probably going to be 700. I'm at 640 now, and I have already started building 700. I've probably got, I don't want to show you the commander, but these are the sleeves I haven't used. These are the sleeves I have used of the deck. So that's the 700 is. Whew. I'm doing stuff in that deck I thought I'd never do. It's a big one. Yes, Jake, I kind of missed that too. Now I'm on vacation for my real job next week, so we might be able to get some webcam games on random nights when you're available, so what do you think about mono white? Yes, I do like playing mono white. One of my pet decks is Griffins, and it's probably because it's a tribe that don't get no love, like, ever. White has always been, there is I don't know how to say this without, all right, here's the thing. Mass land destruction is frowned upon in our format. Okay? I mean, nobody likes it, right? However, that is green's strength, is green will put extra lands into play. And if you take out the only way to combat that as mass land destruction, which is a white ability, that gives white no means to catch up unless you're playing rocks. So there's probably 6 or 7 Armageddons up on that wall. I don't put it in every deck, just in decks that it needs an Armageddon. But white has excellent removal. Swords, Path. I think Celestial Purge is awesome. I mean, we just got Generous Gift. I don't see the problem in white that a lot of other people see in white. And I play a lot of white. All across. Many different commanders. Vial Smasher. What's up, Danny? I don't think I have Vial Smasher done yet, Danny. Have I? I don't know. Your Vial Smasher deck is amazing. That's an amazing deck. Your Vial Smasher is. But I think Vial Smasher is one of my ones that has yet to be completed. Okay, I'm jumping. Oh, well, it's Chris Thompson in the house. Check that out. Are there any old school lore characters you'd like to see in the future sets for Modern Horizons 2 or Commander Legends 2? I was thinking about that the other day, and I saw or thought of like 1 or 2, but I'm on the spot now and I can't think about a name right now. Have we actually seen Tokasa or Ashnod? I know we haven't seen Tokasa. A playable Mishra, maybe, in Commander. Let's see. Hello, Uncle Soth From Italy. Wow, awesome. Renrose, hey. So yeah, Thunderdome, the ruler of randomness. Oh yeah, the old school lore. Yeah, I would. The playable Mishra is. But now, here's the fine line. We can get too much ice cream, right? We can, because welcome, Pepe from Brazil. Greetings from Tennessee. We can get too much ice cream. They have been designing for Commander for a while now, and Commander Legends had just an insane amount of legends in it, and then now looks like the previews that we're getting from Kaldheim, it's like every other card's a legendary creature, and there's a lot of back and forth about. I hear from a lot of other content creators about how they would be happier if we just didn't design for Commander, and just back 5-6 years ago to when we had to forage for cards and find little quirky things that worked in our decks. Hold on, it's going fast. Phyrexians will never go away. I love the Phyrexians. I want to know how that Praetor is on a different plane. That's my thing, because Phyrexians cannot planeswalk. And the bridge, did the bridge get destroyed? I don't know, but Phyrexians can't planeswalk. But now the Weatherlight was a planeswalking ship. So who knows? And I think that the one Phyrexian in there, I don't know if we're going to get them all the Praetors or not, but if it was me and I was planning the sets, I would put like one Praetor in each set to kind of build the suspense until we got there, because we all know we're going back to New Phyrexia. Because Karn in the Dominaria storyline, Karn got the Golgothian Silex and dipped, because that's how Urza wiped out the Phyrexians on Dominaria a gajillion years ago. And it worked so well for Urza, right? Brought about the Ice Age, and anyway. So he took the Silex back to Mirrodin. That's the last we've seen of Karn. So while this other stuff's going on, Karn's chilling in Mirrodin, New Phyrexia, whatever. So we know we're going back. We don't know when. I would have thought, honestly, before now. But the build-up, I think the Phyrexians are probably the closest. Bolus is, the big baddie. Emrakul's a big baddie. And both of them, I love how they get rid of bad guys, because they never kill them, because they might need them. They're going to need them to sell cards one day. So Emrakul's trapped in the moon, and Bolus is trapped in his meditation realm. So they're just trapped. So it's just a matter of time for, somebody finds it, randomly planeswalks into that realm, and Bolus steals a spark, and he's back in business. I don't know what Emrakul's waiting on. And caught up. Tezzeret is the bridge. He absorbed. Whoa, okay, that's the thing. Tybalt is impersonating a god, from what I understand. What's his diminishing blue's weakness this past few years? Blue can destroy creatures, has Suedo board wipes, and can deal with any card even on the stack, has card draw. But you know what? Blue's kind of always had that. I mean, from Alpha, they've had card draw. They've had Blue's the master of the stack with counter spells and twin copy stuff. Yeah. I think maybe my thing, Kuru, is I think all the colors' weaknesses are shrinking. I do. Because they're finding a way. 20 years ago, you would have never seen a red counterspell. Even though it says counter target spell, we all know that card that we just saw is just another Chaos Warp. It's a Chaos Warp for a spell on the stack. That's it. but it uses the words counter target spell. So that grabs people's attention. Theory: the Phyrexians come to Kaldheim through the Prismatic Bridge. Possible. I like Danny's better, though. They called him an Uber. I think there are vehicles in this set, Danny. Theory: believe that Vorinclex in Kaldheim is a different Vorinclex. It is a Phyrexian. We know that because they finally are using a Phyrexian creature type, and because it has 3 printings. It has the regular printing, it has the showcase printing, and it has an actual Phyrexian script printing, which is only the second time they've ever done it besides that Judge Full English Norn. So we know, all we know is Vorinclex and Phyrexian. Could be a different one. Could not be. I don't know. Let's see. Basically, do you think blue can do everything that every other color and more? Do you think that being slow is enough of a hindrance? Yes. Because blue doesn't get, like, blue has selected spot removal for creatures, enchantments, and things like that. Blue's removal is on the stack before it actually becomes a permanent. Yes, there's, the Pongify and stuff like that. But those are isolated cases. We can't really count Pongify. Just like we can't really count Harmonize for a greens card draw. Yes, those cards do exist, but those are from a set where the color pie was just spinning. It was all different. And you can't use planar chaos cards to justify color pie philosophy because it was just all random then. My favorite Praetor. Gingy's pretty cool, but Gingy Taxes dies a whole lot. I mean, you've got to have some version of flash to keep or some protection to keep Gingy Taxes alive. And it is kind of cruel. It is the most cruelly efficient one. Let's see. Vorinclex, Elish Norn. I mean, Elish Norn, Gingy Taxes. The red one just grants haste, I think. Black Shieldred. Is it Shieldred? Is Shieldred the Black Praetor? She's the... Yeah, I think that's it. Elish Norn wins more games. I see Elish Norn winning more games than I see the other ones win. I feel like Emrakul may have been fine with being trapped in the moon. So you can protect Innistrad from the direction invasion. I'm sure Shielder would be Innistrad. Now, we know that about Emrakul. Emrakul allowed herself to be trapped in the moon because she knew something big was happening. We all thought that was like this War of the Spark deal. Evidently not. Do I have tiers of power level for my decks? No, they're all terrible. You've seen them all. There are some that are definitively better than the others. Griffin Tribal, however much I may love it, is not very good. Because the creatures start at 4 mana. Here lately, in the past couple of years, we might get one every 2 years that are cheaper than that. But and then there are stuff like Azusa or an Elf deck, or why am I just naming all green stuff? But there are some that is leaps and bounds ahead of all the others. Avacyn. Avacyn is a sick deck. Now, when I play Avacyn, I lose. I lose first every game. I should, because the deck is nothing but, 32 board wipes and 31 mana rocks. So we just ramp out Avacyn and then Wrath, board wipe every single turn. Yeah, it's not fun. It's effective. There's a few ways to pump her, but yeah, it needs to get targeted first. It does. But as far as tiers or power levels, no. Favorite Praetor. Urabrask. There you go. Urabrask is the red Praetor. Just helped. Okay, what is the dumbest, jankiest combo you've ever seen, either in person or in theory, in a deck list? Okay, it's not dumb, but the first one that comes to my mind, because I have been playing for over 25 years, but I won't mention any names. But somebody in chat here did it to me. So we were playing this big game years ago at the LGS, and there was I don't even remember what it was I cast. And guy across the table said, "What is that?" Don't remember what it was. I told him the name of the card. And he said, "Counter it, hinder, put it on the bottom." And I was like, man, I just remember I really needed it. And then there was probably, what was there, 6, 7 people in that game? It was a bunch. So it goes back around to his turn. Untap, upkeep, draw, tunnel vision, and name the card. It happened years ago. I still remember it vividly. It was so cool. Yeah, it just instant killed me. Yeah, and tunnel vision. And it instantly killed me. And I was like, I can't even be mad about that. It was so dang cool. Now, that being said, since then, y'all have seen that in a couple of decks, and you will see it in a couple of more decks that it kind of fits the flavor of, By the way, the player that did that, Mr. Danny Mason. I appreciate you for showing me that, sir. Let's see. Super Tube, what's up? This is my baby girl, or one of my 2 baby girls. Some of y'all may know my daughter. This is Dessa. Hey. Mom. She didn't say much. She just, I told you she was here. Let's see. What do you think of Casmine and her organization of Planeswalkers? I feel like we may be heading towards another Planeswalker war against the Phyrexians. That's what it's going to take. Although Urza took a whole bunch of Planeswalkers in mech suits way back in the day, and that didn't go so well. Most of them died. Commodore Guff died. Yeah, a whole bunch of them died. But it kind of looks that way with her secret society, as it were. They're talking about Strixhaven. Oh. Strixhaven's a set after next. Mm-hmm. That is, it's a school of mages.
Oh, fun.
Sounds familiar?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's 5 different 5 different classes inside it. Yeah.
All right.
Straight,
yeah, that's odd.
Change some words in your homework so the teacher won't know we copied. Let's see. Yeah. Hinder tunnel vision is good. Play Bajuka. Oh, Bajuka Bog. Yeah. I love Bajuka Bog. Don't have enough. From Ontario. Hey, Matthew. Welcome.
Hi.
My last name is Canada, but I am actually not Canadian. I was born in Tennessee. Have been to Canada.
We have that tattooed on our body.
Yeah. Is it here?
Yeah.
Yeah. Product of Canada is that was both of our first tattoos.
Yeah, that was 18th birthday for me.
Yeah. You guys talked about the new World Tree land yet? Oh my gosh, the World Tree. All right. Okay. Yes. Do you know about the World Tree?
The World Tree is a big deal around here.
No. In Kaldheim, they just released the World Tree. Oh. It's a card. Okay. Now, it is not legendary, and I actually come up with my own reasoning for it before I heard Gavin Verhey's reasoning for it. But the World Tree, there are 10 realms in Kaldheim, and they're all held together by the World Tree. And if you will look in dang near every single art piece from everything, there's a piece of the World Tree in the background or something. It's like omnipresent. It's everywhere. It's in everything. That's why I thought it was a legendary, because I was like, well, yeah, there's only one world tree, but everything's a part of the world tree. That's how I got, because I saw the card and I went,
You're speaking in South Africa. Hi.
What's up, Rick? That was my understanding of it, the way my mind works. And then I heard Gavin Verhey, I think this morning or yesterday morning, and he was like, look, we don't like to do legendary lands anymore because it's a feel bad when you draw the second one. And I was like, really? How do you balance flavor and synergy in your decks? I once tried to build an old frame deck, but found it lacking. There are some decks, like I have, my Fettelgriff deck is 1996. It's built as if it was built in 1996. You can pull up a chair if you want to, sweetie.
All right.
And it's all old frame, and it's no cards after 1996. But yeah, it's difficult. I have a problem when I commit to a theme. I super hard commit to a fault.
I don't know if y'all have noticed, but he had kind of is very dedicated with his obsession, obviously.
Let's see.
For Mexico, hi. I was in Mexico.
Take it easy,
once.
Danny. Oh, good. I'm glad you'll be home next week. Let's see. It's much better than my explanation is much better. It's just where Mr. World Famous over here. 10 years later, but greetings from Mexico. Thank you, Renruz. Hello, Patty Grant.
Y'all know something funny? I was born in Alliance. That's how we do time over here.
No, you were not born in Alliances. You have no memory before Alliances. You were born before the game began.
Oh.
The game debuted in August of 1993, and you were born in January of 1993.
Well, the way timeline works around here is, that happened in...
Time Spiral. That was Darksteel, or
my brother was born in Alliances, at the end of Alliances. Mm-hmm. It's a whole... All of our memories are tied to when each set has come out.
Yep. Because, everything is like the current set. Let's see. Yes, Patty, I know who you are.
Hi, Patty.
You got enough magic cards to sink a ship? Being in the state where JD is made. Yeah. And loving and supporting family, living the dream. It's been one of my goals to always go to Lynchburg and tour it. And this year was last year, 2020, was the first year that I actually had time to do it. But it's not exactly a time where you want to be touring. So once everything clears up, I'm going to go to Lynchburg and I'm going to take the tour. And as long as I got somebody else driving. Now, anything you can tell us about deck number 600 or 700? We'll try to keep as much of it under wraps as possible. It's 3-color. It's a 3-color deck. And I have...
It's just going to be amazing. I'm excited. It's going to be great. And it's going to be noticeable for all of us nerds.
Yes, it's very... Now, this is a good question, too. But set boosters. Now, Kaldheim is coming out, and yes, I have pre-ordered some product, like we probably all have. I pre-ordered 3 set boxes. There are cards on the list. Now, granted, you only get a 25% chance of getting a card off the list, and then there's 300 cards on the list, so it's whatever. The odds are really low. But there's extra value there, and my LGS was selling them for just $10 more than a normal booster box. So I was like, why not?
Brazil.
Yeah. I mean, I love drafting.
Danny, you better not. That's not nice.
I'll tell you. Well, that's he's just joking. And besides, deck number 700 is not even done yet.
That's true. It could totally change.
No,
you just have a theme idea.
I have put too much work, and yeah. What's going to be hard about deck 700 is if I get it done around like 650 or 660 or something, because I'm pretty close now, and it'll just have to sit on the shelf and wait until I get there. So now like I said, I am on vacation next week, so I will probably use some of that time to you're funny, Jake. I'll probably use some of that time to just mass deck build. Probably finish these decks that I have. I keep looking here. I know y'all can't see it. There's probably 70 to 80 partial decks that are most of the way done, and then there is this. These are the partners that I have yet to assign other partners to. So then, of course, there's the unused general binder of just random legends that I haven't used.
Okay, I want you to know about your pet card. Tell me about your pet card.
We've got some disgusting no support the past year. My Prestigious deck is silly now. Are you running Maddening Cacophony? Because that junk is amazing. Pet card. Yes, I do.
I have one autographed.
Do you have it put in as many decks as you can? No, because it's terrible. Mine is the full promo rocks. Yes, that is a beautiful rocks. However, it's been a while since I've told the story. I have a story. Jump from the it was in Alpha, Beta, Unlimited, Revised 4th, 5th. Was taken out of 6th. It was one of the most hated cards in the game because they printed so many cards that were strictly better than Jump. There's a story, the reason why I like it. Hoarding it. Now, there may only be 2 or 3 jumps. 3 or 4 jumps up there. I have to have a very specific reason to put a jump in a deck. I'm not just going to cram it in there because it's my favorite card, because quite frankly, you draw a jump and you would rather it be literally any other card.
But he has bought so many, we can still move furniture in this house and find them. I have like 4 that he's autographed for me, and he has one over here.
Garrett!
Secret little vault.
How you been, Garrett? How come the CCG closed? Okay. For those of you that don't know, wow, that's a deep cut, Garrett. 11 years ago, I closed my shop. I did a, we're going to call it a 2-year experiment. For 24 months, I opened a game shop to see if I could do it. Now, I've been working in retail for 30 years. I've been running stores for, other companies, other people. And I did that. Now, I signed a 24-month lease, and a couple of things happened at the end of that 24 months. Number one, I had 2 youngins that were about to graduate and go off into the world, and I wasn't going to have that much time. I had 2 little youngins that were very involved in Cub Scouts and T-ball and stuff like that. So that's
Boy Scouts, lots of
a lot of time. And then the facility that I was in needed a ton of work. And so I had to draw a line in the sand with the landlord and he said, I'd love to have you stay. And I said, love to. However, these items have to be fixed. And he was a good guy. He just said, I can't do that. And I said, well, I don't have to have this. This is not because I still had my real job. I was like, I don't have to have this. So I just packed everything up, took it to the house, and took 3 or 4 years to sell it all on eBay. But
how many jumps do you have?
Jumps, the last count was over 6,000.
There's one right there.
Yeah. But a lot of these fat pack boxes up here just filled with jumps. Danny's brought me some alphas and betas that he's found. He does a lot of traveling, and he'll find jumps. And I got to get caught up now with that story. Four. That just sounds confusing. Have one of my signed jumps in. Do what?
I gotta go cook dinner.
Okie dokie. Good
night, you guys. Bye.
Love you, sis.
I love you too. I didn't see you so long. I figured I'd come say hey.
Oh, Tuba, you're a Garrett too? Cool. Let's see. Each have a lich, cast hour, revelation. Yeah, that's a whole bunch. How are you, one? No, the jump obsession has not changed. Actually, a good friend of ours, I'm going to show this off because a good friend of ours is a Magic player wood burner. And y'all remember back when this whole room got named the Mana Vault? He made this plaque, burnt it all by hand, and he wanted an actual vault on it. It's 3-dimensional. Cure for the Common Game is around it. There's 5 different words there, so he used the 5 colors, like there's vines and flames. And then inside the actual vault, he put a jump. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. But I keep that there. Every once in a while, that'll pop up and show in a video. But yeah, the Mana Vault for this room was, y'all named it. I didn't. Shabraz. Ernie, I do have a Shabraz video. You leaving, Jake? Have a good one. The Shark and the Shark Rider, it's back there. You can search. I don't know if y'all can. I can search my, because a lot of times that's what I got to do is like, I want to play this deck, and I'll have to type it in and see what number it is to see where, or because I don't want to spend an hour looking on the wall. Remember that episode? Narset, yeah. Oh, okay, cool. You're not leaving. Now there, there's a day on my vacation that's going to be very, very magically filled. I have come by a rather large collection that I'm going to go take possession of, and it's huge. $5.97. Thank you, Jake. Jake, all right. Let me tell y'all about Jake here in the chat. Absolutely. It's like he watches every video, but he like commits in one. He's awesome. Commits them to memory. And like when we'll play via webcam, sometimes I'll just grab a random deck and he'll be like, oh, that's the deck that has this and this and this. And I don't even remember that stuff because, I do the best that I can at the time and it's out of my mind. I don't. Combo describe probably the most convoluted way to win a game. 6 cards, 26 mana. Yeah, that's simple. Garrett, this question goes way back. Okay, ready for a deep cut. Do you remember your homemade cube? The one card you designed was called Blockbuster, which was a Howling Mind but draw card. Yes, still have it. It was I've got them put together in like 40 card decks every once in a while. And here, what I've done recently was shuffle them all together and play like a Wizard's Tower where you have one communal draw and one communal discard, or, everybody shares a graveyard, everybody shares a deck. And it's just because those are just wacky anyway, right? You've got the reindeer and superheroes and Locutus of Borg and anything I could think of. So, yeah, still got those. And I'm surprised you remember Blockbuster was a Howling Mine where you had to draw a card, because I was like, when you play Howling Mine, but you don't get the first draw of it. You get the last draw. So, yeah, good memory, Garrett. Going on an extended hiking trip for 6 months. That's one heck of a hike. Thanks for reading. Thank you very much, Ren. Have a good night. Yeah, 6 months is a heck of a hike. Maybe the LGS will be open by then. It's been, Wizards has told them that they can't do sanctioned tournaments, but the LGS that I frequent in Dyersburg, he has been able to stay afloat. And see, that's what worries me, is something like 14 or 1,500 game stores throughout the continental U.S. have shut down during 2020 for various reasons. I don't know. But currently, I am built. What do I have on the table right now? Zarasan the Trickster, the Dimir Merfolk Rogue from Zendikar Rising. And it appears I am 9 cards away from being done with that particular deck. So, hiking the Continental Divide Trail, 3,200 miles. See, I'm an old man. There's no way I'd do that. How's the vaccine situation on your side of the world? That's a fine question that I have no clue the answer to. I have no idea. Tuba got one in Jersey. I don't know. We're kind of down here in the middle of the, everything and nothing at the same time, but don't know. I didn't take my Santa hats off my chairs. All the original gold legends. Let me show you something. No, I have not. But I want to show you this because I haven't shown this in a while. This is essentially my to-do list. This is a binder of legends that I haven't built decks out of yet. Every time I get a legend, I'll throw it in here. And these are, like I said, this is my to-do list. And what I was able to do until 2020 was I was able to, when a new set come out, build those 5 or 6 decks, maybe 8 to 10, to build those decks, and then get back to getting decks done out of this binder, which these are the ones that I haven't gotten done through the years. Yes, that's Tanawa. It'll get done. But 2020 has been, what's my donated page? 2020, there's been, every one of these sets have had so many commanders. It is all I can do. Like, I didn't finish Jumpstart before Zendikar Rising came out. And I didn't finish Zendikar Rising before Commander Legends came out. And I sure ain't getting Commander Legends done before call time comes out. And it appears there's a whole bunch in call time too. So I'm just going to take them as they come, and as I finish them, do it that way. But no, all of the old original Legends from Legends I don't have built yet. Some of those are mighty expensive. Now, what's going to be the expensive parts of the Portal 3 Kingdom stuff? I'm just hoping for a random reprint. MTG on Tabletop Simulator. No, I have not. I played on MTGO many years ago. The account's probably still there. I do have an Arena account. Couldn't tell you what the password is to save my life. It's been over a year since I've logged in. Any Arena codes I give to the patrons. I don't know what a tabletop simulator is. Now, I do, however, one thing that I like to do, like Jake mentioned earlier, was the webcam through Spell Table. Love that stuff. We'll have to, if you follow on Twitter, every time we do it, it's hard to do it on YouTube to make a 30-second video going, hey, we're playing, But on Twitter, I'll put out there, live on Spell Table. Anybody wants to join, here's the link. Let's see. Well, good night. I surely don't want to mess your name up. Have a good night, Miss Sweden, or Mr. Sweden. Sorry. Catch more of these soon. Yes, I really would like to do this just like, on like a scheduled basis, like maybe every whatever night. Tuesday night seems to work for me. I don't know. We'll see. Has been your Magic career happy, even if Magic is expensive sometimes? You know what? People, we all humans have hobbies of some sort, whether it's, back in the day it was collecting coins or stamps or whatever. And I don't watch football, or I don't golf or hunt, or, everybody's got their hobby that costs something, right? Whether it's racing go-karts or playing paintball or whatever, we value entertainment somehow. And this is mine. This is what I mean, it's been my hobby for, what was it, 94? So we're in the 27th year. Oh my God. So, yeah. But the one thing I love about Magic is it's only as expensive as you let it be. There have been times here where you can see some of these binders are very, very thick, and you can see some of these binders are very, very thin. There were times when I just didn't have a lot of money to spend on Magic, raising a family, and that's fine. I mean, that's what I needed to do. But I never stopped playing because I own all of these game pieces. I'm going to use them. Sure enough, I'm going to use them. You still have any of the list of legends you need to? I need to update that list, Jake. It is still the one over on Tapped Out. I wonder if I probably need to, because there's a few like that I need to update from like Jumpstart. There's a few Jumpstart ones I still don't have. Even the one from like Ashaya, I still don't have an Ashaya. I need to buy that. But yeah, that list is pretty accurate. The one that's on Tapped Out. Do you like the fact that the call time gods aren't indestructible? Feel like it really fits the lore. Nice callback. Yeah. And I kind of like the ability to pick which half you want. I know commander tax applies to the card as a whole. So if you cast the god once, and then it goes back to the command zone, and you cast the other side, you've got to pay the command tax. I like that. I mean, I understand that they did that particular thing to help standard. It's fine. It works for us too. Jake, you're off Saturday. Let's play. That will be the kickoff to my vacation. That sounds outstanding. Let's see. Hold on. Have you thought about building a PVC pipe frame to hold a camera at the table? That's funny, Garrett. I did that. I did it. There's still mounts up on the ceiling. Come down, and I had PVC for a 4-player game, and then I built a box that's kind of off-centered up there to get a big 8-player game, because, you know, I'm kind of notorious for that. So the problem is gameplay. Okay, here's the reason why I haven't done many gameplay videos. Because number one, that is not I'm a deck builder. I'll be honest with you. I barely consider myself a content creator because I build decks and I just talk to y'all. I don't edit. I don't script. It's just, this is raw me all the time. And we watch stuff like game nights or the loading ready run stuff, or I've never watched any. Yeah, pretty much anything else. Yeah. But there's so many people that do it better. And because game nights, man, that is outstanding production. Of course, they have the skill and the equipment and the know-how to do that. But I do not. And I also don't want to script games, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not going to ask anybody at the table to, you know, hold your tongue, watch your mouth, you know. I try to keep the channel as family friendly as possible. Those of you that know me personally know that is a challenge for me sometimes. And I play the game to have fun, you know, to enjoy it. Just a bunch of buddies sitting around a table, we just happen to be playing Magic, right? But yeah, the gameplay videos, it was something I tried once or twice, and I just, it's not for me. Okay. I got off on that, and I missed a whole bunch here. Yeah, the focus on every single set being, you know, 4 commander is, woo. I went back up too far, didn't I? It's all about, yeah. Oh, that was quick. I had to put old frame basic lands into my decks, which is quickly becoming an issue since they're not printed. Now, Time Spiral Remastered, we're getting old frame stuff, but I doubt it's going to be basic lands. Tell Jace I love him too. Yes, I will repost that link in the Discord. Cheapest deck is like $40, most expensive like $300. That's, yeah. The real reason he doesn't video our games is me. Well, it's me too, because I you know, when we get playing Magic, you know, it's a bunch of guys and you know, we're liable to have you know, a drink or two, and you know, that's I try to keep, because little baby Jace there, 8 years old, sometimes he'll just plop the channel on just to hear Papa's voice, you know. So very interested in seeing you build Urok. Yes, Urok's up there. He's probably halfway done, like all the rest of them. Oh, the turtle tribal? See, I thought about doing turtle tribal, but I've got so many terrible tribes anyway. I may need a way to flesh out that deck because, there was like 8 or 9 cards that I had to have in there. And then after that, I was like, so I may need to go turtle tribal just to flesh it out and have blockers or whatever. The fact that you aren't scripted definitely works in your favor. I think it does and it doesn't, Rick, because like I'm never getting a preview card. I know that because I don't have the quality of program that Wizards is looking for. It's not polished and stuff like that, which is fine by me. But it's just me. I mean, that's just how I is. Let's see. It's much more than a lost name. As you can see background. Never played on Spell. Spell Table is awesome. We tried something else before we got to that. What was it, Jake, Chris? We tried something, and then I found Spell Table. And Spell Table just has, you can track commander damage, you can track poison, you can track everything. I only have one issue with Spell Table. Spell Table's amazing. And then Wizards bought it. Still good, but I'm just waiting for them to... Anyway. I'll have to check out Tabletop Simulator sometime. Most of my... See, the thing about it is there's a finite amount of time in a day. And my job takes up a good chunk of that. Family takes up a good chunk of that. Driving and, whatever. So my day-to-day, I try to do something here in this room every single day, except Fridays. Fridays, I play, Now, some Fridays I'll bust boxes. I'll film the box opening videos and stuff like that. But I don't. Most of my hobby time, my actual Magic time, is just spent building decks. That's why I've got just boxes of stuff that needs to be sorted into the binders. I've got stacks of cards and some of the stuff I keep handy because it's easy while deck building. But there's a lot that I've got to do that just isn't deck building, especially to manage a collection this large. It's a big stretch. Okay. What's up, CG? What are a few takes on? What are a few takes on Pauper EDH? I have got. What have I done that once or twice? Because Chronicles gave us some actual legends at commons. So I think there's 1 or 2 up there that are straight commons. Like right now, what Destiny? I don't get it. Turtle Tribal. I probably will, Jake. Threw in Leviathan Turtle Tribe to help with flyers. Oh yeah, yeah. Skype, that's what it was. Have you ever built Oathbreaker? No, I have not built Oathbreaker. It is going to take my entire collection to complete the goal I have set. So, Whereby, I think Whereby, we tried that one too. Ninja Turtles with Splinter. Kind of webcam to use. Plan to start making videos so I can make channel my own. Cool. I have 2. This one is a Logitech 1080p, HD 1080p. That is the one I'm currently using that I have used for a while. Now, this one that I use, let me pull it out here. I've got this mounted to where it goes down. That's what I use for like the spell tables and sometimes I'll use it for openings and stuff too because it's kind of up out of the way. and I'm not tripping over it or reaching around the tripod. It is also a Logitech 1080p. What are the odds? But this was the big thing. The mic is probably the most necessary part, because those early videos were pretty rough, and a lot of it was the audio, and the mic helped out a lot. Helped a whole lot. Well, Matthew, I will have to keep an eye. Like I said, follow me on Twitter, Matthew, and I will post when we do the webcam stuff, and that way you can have somebody to play with. Hey, Tony, the Commander decks. I've seen you post a few, but man, there's a lot. Family's doing good. I have been posting every day. I have up to January 14th already done and uploaded. So off tomorrow. So I'm going to try to get some more done. You know, I like to try to build and record as much on my days off as possible, because, you know, pretty demanding job, especially at this point in time. So best thing I ever did was sell Yu-Gi-Oh! And start Magic. Whew. Sure expensive, though. Of course, I think all of them are expensive. You just set it on the counter.
Okay.
Okay. That is supper. Supper is done. So I'm going to try to catch up here. Wild idea for deck number 1000. That is too far away. You know, that's from where we sit right here. That's 360 decks away. I've just barely got 700 planned. You know, I don't even have a clue what 800 is going to be. We don't even know what they're going to do between now and then. We're liable to have who knows what kind of cards. We'll be getting a video on Thanos from the Commander Precon. I don't know that I've built Thanos yet. Or have I? I don't know. Yes, Matt. Since I got the Blue Yeti, the audio has been so much better. Have a Yeti. Thanks for the info. Now, my camera, I have turned off the autofocus and do it manually, because most of the time I'm literally 2 inches from the card, maybe an inch. So I turn it on manually before I start recording and kind of focus in. It kind of sucks after it's over and I point and I'm a little fuzzy, but we'll be getting maybe if you paid someone to edit your videos for you, you get much more YouTube traffic. See, I like it. I started off not editing and not scripting because, you know, I was just working with what I had, and it was learned by trial and error, a lot of error. But it has kind of become my thing. I don't edit. I don't script. It's one take. Sometimes I have done, y'all know there have been times I've uploaded video with no sound, or, you know, just terrible whatever, and I had to redo the whole thing. But it's as far as actual YouTube traffic, I started doing it, and I was like, well, I thought, what if nobody watches? What if nobody watches? And, you know, this was over 4 years ago now. And I was like, well, I'm doing this for me to kind of document my decks. And weirdly enough, I never would have dreamed that y'all would like it. What motivates your love for Magic? Well, that's a good, solid question. I guess we've always loved games. I remember when I was a kid, we would play like board games and stuff when I was just young. But the problem is when you play, a board game over and over again with the same group of people, it gets very repetitive and you end up. How many of us have Monopoly boards in our closet somewhere that we haven't played in years because we've been there, we've done that. The appeal of Magic for me was that you will never play the same game twice. You have all of these interchangeable game pieces, and it just creates the variance, and you don't have the repetition of, well, I guess I'll buy Boardwalk, you know. That's where the game part of it came into me at, and then learning the game and the story. There was a point in time the story was outstanding. They're kind of easing back into that after they mutilated a couple stories, but it's whatever. No tunnel shit. I have to make a Twitter account. Always be the EDH king. Well, thank you, CG. Thank you so much for all of you being super loyal. There's Clay. I know, jump cards. Clay and Clayton Williams in the chat. He is he's the one I showed the Mana Vault plaque earlier. So if you want some of his awesome woodwork, holla at him. Yeah, just threw you out there like that, Clay. I did. You end up getting quite big simply off the size of your archives. Yeah, that is one of the advantages of just creating so many decks in a video per deck, is that just for the search engine, people want to see a Nethroi deck or a Trax or whatever. There's a good chance I've got a deck, and it's probably different than anybody else's because my mind works just a little bit different. I'm not going to do what's hot or popular. I'm going to, been watching since the beginning. Oh, bless your heart, Jake. Yeah, those first probably 50 deck videos were, ooh, man, those were rough. I tried to go back and watch the first one, and you can't even see some of the cards. It was all glare, and I hadn't rigged up the thing yet. And weirdly enough, 600 decks, I haven't found anything better than an open deck box to drop the cards in. Mr. Green Fairies from back in the 90s, my older brother, can imagine. You would think that they would revisit that at some point in time, just for lack of, because fairies, they've done it in blue, they've done it in black, and probably to go back and just hit green just for something different. Started watching after looking for a Runetail deck. Man, I love Runetail, some good stuff. Update the decks when new cards come out. I want to, but the problem is I'm in such a time crunch building new decks that I jokingly say when I get finished, I'll go back and update. Every once in a while, something will happen. Like I've rebuilt the Atraxa deck, twice? I think twice. And then as certain decks I have hit or miss, when new cards just has to go in there. But I'm getting into no problem, Clay. Number 7 is my favorite video. Oh God, I don't remember what number 7 is. Is that Tribal Beards? 5 decks for the longest time. Just upgraded them over the years. See, that's how normal people do. This is not normal. Like my grandson, he's going to grow up thinking this is normal. And it's also on your favorite of the least parts of the year of Commander. It was drinking from the fire hose. That's exactly what it was. We needed it to be the year of Commander. Wizards specifically needed it to be the year of Commander, because if they did not have all of this Commander stuff planned, it would have been disastrous for the company. With everything else that happened in the world, shutting down organized play, no events, no Grand Prix, no Magic Fest of any kind. They lost a lot of revenue. And because people are not necessarily going to buy cards to play in a standard that is sometime in the future where they may not be able to play for. I firmly believe, and I don't just say this because it's our format and I'm passionate about it, but I believe that we, the Commander community, saved Magic this year. We were the ones that kept the ship afloat. I really do. That being said, it was still drinking from the fire hose. I mean, we just, we hear you like legends, so here's some more legend that you can legend with to go with your legends that you're legending. And it's like, but it's all good. You need to build more. Well, thank you, Tuba. If you remember Joseph, he kept the original plane chase deck. Oh, really? See, we every once in a while we'll do like Kingdoms or Plane Chase, or not really Arch Enemy. It's been a while though. Been a while. Yeah. Oh, 7 is Fettelgriff. That's a 1996 deck. On the wall with the trees. I have the same binder like you on the wall with the trees. Ruben, that's not a binder. That is, okay. I'm about to go because I got to eat, but I really want to show this. This is a canvas art print. It is one of two. It's John Avon, of course, autographed by John. The other one is, get my finger right there. It's an island. And it is part of an outstanding Christmas present. Y'all know I love John Avon. He's probably my favorite artist. I mean, I'm not trying to take anything away from the other artists. They're all outstanding. I can't scribble with a crayon. But John Avon, just his work speaks to me, and that is awesome. And I shed big baby tears when I opened it up, and it was amazing. But yeah, literally big baby tears. Leave you complete. Yes, I will definitely complete my journey for all the EDH decks. Absolutely. Yeah. He's done a lot of lands here and there. Awesome. Good to see a live stream. Big respect from the UK. Thank you so much, Dalford. Well, I am going to go. It's been about, over an hour. And this guy's hungry. So I do appreciate y'all watching. Have we established this? If I have to do the thing at the end of live streams that I do tell them about the scent. That's a story for another time. I'm hungry. So I do appreciate y'all watching. We'll definitely have to do this again. But right now, we're going to shuffle and cut.